In this video, I'm going to be sharing some common error messages with you that might pop up on your screen, some common things that happen that the computer will not like and will not recognize. So this one right here, typing in an ellipse and a reference error comes up and it says ellipse is not defined. Ellipse is actually spelled with two L's. Ellipse is a harder word to spell and is commonly misspelled, so really try to focus in on that one. Make sure you spell it right. Another common problem that comes up is that people are typing in and they accidentally write periods instead of commas. So we want to make sure that we're putting in the commas between each number, not periods. So if we fix that, all of a sudden there is our rectangle. All right, another common error is that a curly bracket will get lost. So something I've said before, a set of curly brackets are like the top and the bottom half of a sandwich. We want to make sure all the good stuff is inside, and we also want to make sure both pieces of bread are actually there. So if I put my rectangle outside of that sandwich, it's not going to recognize it. If I put it inside, all of a sudden, there it is. So it's really important to make sure that you're putting all your code inside the curly brackets. Another common error is that a rectangle isn't appearing. Let's look at it. It only has 3 numbers. A rectangle needs 4 numbers to show the computer the x, the y, the width, and the height. Another issue comes up with variables. So if you write var speed equals 0, you'll notice that the var is not purple. We want to make sure that's purple, so put a space after your variable. Another error that happens commonly with variables is that we'll make this awesome variable, it works, we'll set up a line of code with it in there, that is all good to go, but we're accidentally coding it inside of function setup instead of function draw. So when I put in that line that's supposed to make it move, x equals x plus 1, it's not moving in function setup. If I put it down in function draw, it's working because everything in function draw, the computer is reading 60 times every second. That means it'll add 1 to it 60 times every second. Let's say that we renamed our variable something a little bit more complicated like Mackenzie. If I go down to where I declare my variable in my ellipse and I spelled it wrong, it's not going to work. You need to make sure that it's spelled exactly the same way in order for it to work. That also goes for the capitals versus lowercase letters. It needs to match up exactly or it will not work. Another common error that comes up is that background is spelled wrong. That's a harder one to spell. Don't forget that G in there. If it's background, it will not work. It will not work. So we got to make sure that we put the G in there. Luckily,